record. All right, there it is. You're due now, page 15, due now number 5 on a scale from 1 to 5. How familiar are you with oppression? What do you know about it? Okay. Good. Gotta turn off my camera. I have a new timer. I'm trying it out. Oh no. Let's see calendars. Where is it? Video? Angel Jackson today? Yanexi, no Yanexi? Guys, we would almost have our class. Huh? Yeah. Heidi, oh. Let me sign this before. Yes, I did. Thank you. Oh. Amari? Emily, I saw you somewhere. Daniel, do you have a composition book for my class? Okay, need to get one. Did you get my messages? Nope, didn't check school, did you? Hey, when we are out on quarantine, you're going to have to check these. Or if you're absent too, you have to check Schoology. It's not an option. What about you, Alberto? You have a composition book for my class? For the class? Yeah. No? Let's see. Well, Alicia, do you have one? No. Okay, you guys have to get one like me. yesterday during the 3-day weekend, but you need one. So you all three need to go to the store. Those of you who did not have one last week, did you get one this week? Then, huh? Yeah, I hope so. All right, let's see how much time is left. 20 seconds on the clock. And I'm gonna. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna work. Okay. I don't even know. Oh, there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, class?
Yes.
Class?
Yes.
Nice. You guys are gonna have to up those points. We're gonna do what we always do, which is the share out part, talking to your partner and sharing out what level you are related to oppression. Okay. I'm also gonna pass out these dry erase boards again with a dry erase marker to capture your discussion with your table. Actually, some of you guys have enough people to have a table discussion. If Dominic were to move over here, he could have a discussion with all the two people right there and we're in teams. You think you can do that? Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna do the 2-4. Okay, well, what does that mean? You talk to your partner first, and then you're gonna share out to the other pair in your table. Okay, if you're in a group of 3, each of you is gonna have to take turns sharing out where you fall. Okay, and it shouldn't take long because it's you just saying, I'm a 1 because here's why I think so, la la la. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, we're gonna get started, and as you are starting to discuss, I'm coming around with the dry erase boards and markers, and I only have enough per table. Okay. And I should be hearing talking.
What's that?
That was right. Oh, did you talk to your partner already? Okay, well, remember you're gonna share out to your other partners. Thank you. Make sure you guys talk. Okay. Don't forget, somebody has to capture the discussion on the dry erase. Oh, sorry.
You don't understand.
One. All right, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget there's 1 minute and 40 seconds. If you shared with your partner, now move into your other pair and talk to each other. Write down the summary in the dry erase board. You got 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's not on. What? The pass? Okay, there.
You know what number do you put?
Okay, where did it go? Yeah, see what I want to do. That I explain. Okay. That one, so you already know my people, right? What happened? Or I use the sentence in more detail if you're having a hard time producing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is time. Oh, thank you. That's why I came over here. Okay, we're gonna go table by table. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables today. Okay, and as everybody starts regulating a little bit more, we probably will see almost everyone back by next week. Okay. So class. Okay, remember that we are respecting each other and not talking while the other person is talking. Make sure you have one person that is going to read what you wrote as a table. Okay. Dominic, are you ready? Go ahead. Okay, so 3 because you don't understand what oppression is. So like kind of in the middle, but you've heard the word? You're familiar with it, but you don't really know the meaning of it. Thank you. Okay, table right here. He kind of understands it. Okay, so 2, forgot, but you've heard it before. You know it, like it's like, oh, I've heard this word before. Okay, table over here, Oscar. I see you with the dry erase board. 2, heard the word but don't understand what it means. This table right here. Say it a little bit louder. A 2, why? Okay, heard it but don't know what it means. Right here, last table. Okay, let me see. Okay, so 2 out of the 4 know it well. Okay, so the reason I started off with that, anyone want to try why we trying to figure out whether we know oppression or not? Yes. We're gonna be covering it, yes. And I might not be teaching you because you might already know, but we're gonna go in depth with it, give you some examples, break it down for you. So that's gonna be our first unit. So let's move on to what we're doing today. So we already did the do now. Vocabulary, unit 3 overview. I'm gonna do a little bit of talking. I know you guys love that. But there will be a processing activity where you process what it is that you're going to be learning in this unit. Vocabulary sort will be an activity. Rather than me teaching you the vocabulary, you're going to engage in an activity with your group, okay? We're gonna pause and process the vocabulary to make sure that we understand it. And then if depending on time, we will go over the 4 I's of oppression, 4 I's of oppression today, and then you're gonna have an exit ticket. Are there any questions? Okay, let's move forward. So unit 3 overview. The first thing I want you to know is that the learning objective is right here. I can explain, and I have to give you the handout. I have a handout for you, but I can explain the 4 I's of oppression and how they affect me today. Okay, so by the end of this unit, you will have the ability to explain what the 4 I's of oppression are and how you find them in life today. Okay? So I'm gonna pass out the unit. The same thing that I'm projecting right now is what you're going to get right now. The little paper. The yellow paper. Every paper I give you has a page in your notebook. If I ever forget to give you the page number, you need to make sure you remind me and ask me, Miss, what page is this going? Okay, because sometimes I'm a little ahead of myself and I forget. Okay, so there's the yellow paper. Everybody grab a yellow paper. This yellow paper is your guide to the unit. Okay? In case you forget, what did she say we were gonna cover? What is the summative assessment? What learning target should I be focusing on? Okay? So, how? And we're gonna practice the teach okay strategy after I'm done explaining, so make sure you are aware of what we're doing. So the how, students will analyze examples of the 4 I's of oppression. Okay, so you're gonna analyze them. And another thing you're gonna do is you're going to practice writing summaries after viewing videos and reading articles, okay? There is a thing that I wanna make sure that by the time you're done this quarter, we will have practiced writing a lot. And it's gonna be part of your formative assessment as well. Your 3 essential questions that are going to guide everything that we do. Number 1, how do systems of oppression affect me? How can I spot them, right? Can I see how it's affecting me? Number 2, how do systems of dominance and oppression continue to operate and reproduce themselves in today's current context? That one's a hefty question that at some point we're gonna take some time to break it down so we understand it. Number 3, what is oppression and what are the root causes and where does it come from and where did it originate? Okay. Your summative assessment. I thought really long and hard about this, and I know some of you guys, I promised you last time we're gonna do some art this time around. So what your summative assessment will include is you will reimagine the traditional loteria game and write a summary. Of course, you know there has to be a written summary of your chosen topic that is connected to the 4 I's of oppression. Okay, so as we go along, remember you're ending here. This is your end point. Okay, so at every moment, at every pause, at every second, you gotta pause and ask yourself, how can this help me for my summative assessment? Okay, your learning targets. You're doing all 5. You're summarizing a central idea because you're going to have to explain what are my loteria cards, like the one that I reimagined. What does it say? You're gonna have to write as part of summarizing, speaking and listening. You're going to have to present it. Okay? What you chose, you're going to have to tell us about it. Reading and annotations are always constant. You guys know that we're in school and we have to read and we have to annotate. That is what it is. And learning target number 5 is organization of your ideas in your writing, but also organization with your composition book and keeping track of where you're moving. Okay? Making sure that you're not off page. Are there any questions? Okay. So then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do teach okay. So class.
Yes.
With your partner right next to you, you're gonna teach each other what is Unit 3 about. You're gonna go over the learning objective, you're gonna go over the how, the essential question, the summative assessment, and the learning target, okay? What should happen during this time is one partner starts talking and explains, and if that partner is done and the time's not up, the second partner starts explaining, even if it's repetitive. That's the point, so that it sinks in free, okay? So we're gonna do this for 1 minute, 30 seconds each partner. You can decide who's starting first. Let me set my timer. And you'll start as soon as we do the chant. Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Teach.
Okay.
Nice. Yep. Although notice I got a point behind.
Oh, sorry. Students will reimagine the traditional video game and connection to internalize the
Right here, look.
And I guess the learning targets too. It's the same thing.
Class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
Time's up. Okay. So you're going to put this handout on page 16. So this handout I just gave you, the little half sheet of paper is going to go on page 16 in your notebook, okay? Make sure it's glued or stapled, whichever you choose. And if you're not gonna urgently do it right now, the biggest recommendation I have for you is to put page 16 on top of the handout so you know that's where it goes in your notebook, okay? And then reminder, every handout must have a page, okay? Let's go on to activity number 2, key unit vocabulary. This thing keeps moving. Okay, so I can review keywords for the unit. Simple, that is it. Your learning objective is you're going to review them, you're going to match them, okay? The how, step 1, partner up with someone at your table, okay? It could be the person right in front of you, it could be the person right next to you. Let Ms. Gaspar know if you don't have a partner, but generally speaking, everybody has a partner, and if you're in a group of 3, you're gonna work in a group of 3. Get a set of words from Ms. Gaspar. I'm gonna give you a set of words in an envelope. Step number 3, work with your partner and match words with a definition. You have to match them, okay? Ms. Gaspar will check. And I'll tell you, yeah, that's correct, or no, you need to adjust one word. Oscar, you need something? Homie, now's not the time. You gotta know, like if Ms. Gaspar is teaching something, sit down, wait. Okay? Step 3, work with your partner and match words with the definition. Ms. Gaspar will check. Step 4, write down the word and the definition in your notebook on page 18. Oh, sorry, 18. Materials, what you're gonna need: composition book, pen, pencil, eraser maybe, in case you erase something and make mistakes. You might need a ruler because you need to set up the chart. And I hear some talking. Thank you for my point. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do teach okay again. You wanna make sure that everybody understands what it is that they're going to be doing during this activity. We don't want anyone to be confused. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, teach.
Okay.
Class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
Okay, time's up. So what we're gonna do before I give you the words, this is most important, is we're gonna set up where we're going to copy the words and definitions. Ignore this piece right now. This is gonna come after this, okay? So what you're gonna do is I want you to copy page 18 right now. Title it Unit 3, Key Vocabulary, dated today's date. And you see right here, keyword, definition, sentence. Please, I ask you not to copy a really small chart where you write miniature words, okay? Use the whole page. That's a big page. It's only 4 words. You're only getting 4 words today, okay? So that's what we're doing for, I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to set it up. It shouldn't take you that long. While you are setting up, I'm gonna pass out the words. I will copy it on another page so you can just paste it when you get your notebook. Otherwise, you're gonna have to transfer everything over. Okay, and there's paper over there if you need paper. All right, let's see who's setting up. You need more paper? Help yourself to some paper over there, Daniel.
I'm waiting for you, man. They're 50 years.
Yes, ma'am. Well, because remember, we're gonna be drawing. After we're done, you're gonna come back and draw something. But that's it. And you know they're a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna pause this. Don't let me forget to resume recording. That one is lame. I know. I need to like figure out what the problem is. Oh. Oh, man, so another one was like deputy for all the extra Who won? I totally forgot who it was. But they're not even here. Okay, so it's your table. You, Cesar, and who else? And Mayrani. Oh, okay.
These rulers.
Don't hate on the rulers. Do you guys need more time? Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes. I think 2 more minutes. Huh? Can you Google the words? I'm gonna give them to you. I don't want you to Google the words because I'm giving you a specific definition. Okay, I'm gonna start passing out. You're getting a little envelope with the 4 words in there, okay? When you get them with your partner, start figuring out which ones match, okay? Should be pretty easy because sometimes the word is in the definition. But the key is to understand the word, okay? All right, that was time for setup. As soon as you get your word, you can start figuring out what order, what matches, what word goes with what definition. Let me see if I have enough for you. When you think you have it, raise your hand and I'm gonna come over and check it out. Mama, give us 10 minutes. I was putting them fast. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you guys got my like.
People are like that.
I swear, like. I don't know why they need you, but they need you to go if urgently take your Chromebook. Nope, it says Katie must stay in the class.
Wow.
If she made it to class today, she has.
Oh, that's great, that's good.
It says you can go right now. You guys can
This
go.
one, we don't have our food.
No, it just says we can go in English. If you have one. If you have one. Don't have one. Don't go. No, homie, it said Miguel's here and let him stay in the class. Huh? Okay, did you guys match them already? I will double check to tell you.
We do both of them, right? Yes, so can I take my phone? If you both of them?
If you're working together with, I just gave you that because it'll be hard for you to swing over there when you need to copy them. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, remember I said the key is that the word's gonna be, some of the words are going to be in the definition. So institutionalized, yeah, yeah, wait. Oh, no, yeah, you got it. You got it all right. So now what you need to do is what? Transfer it over into your notes. Yep, those are all correct. Okay. You need me to check? Okay. Yes. Oh, Leslie over here, since you got the right order. Yes, yes. Okay, so now you're ready to copy it into your notes. Let's see. Did you guys work together? Oh, no, I mean, okay, that's fine. What if- That's correct. I think this one might be certain. I'm trying to find out. That's correct. Oh, no. Okay, so you got these ones switched. So this one and this one and this one is down. Okay? Let's see. Yep, and then everything else is correct. Now you just transfer it to you. Okay, institutionalized. Yes. Oh, you did the same thing. You got these two. Okay, and that's correct. Yep, like that. There you go. Do you have it? Okay. Yes. Yes. Wait. No. You got these. Wait. Yeah. This one goes with this one, and this one goes with this one. And then this one is correct. Yeah. There you go. Okay, you guys have them already? All right, let's see. Yes. Okay, now you can copy it into your notebook. The word, the definition, and then you're gonna create a sentence. Y'all good? Figured it out? Do you need me to verify? There should be, no, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4. You added an instrument. Yes. Wait. Yeah. There you go. Now you can transfer it into your notes. Yep. Don't stress over it. Even if it's incorrect, just attempt to create. What's that? So, yeah, you can summarize it as long as you get the gist of it. Okay, because you're going to, let's see. Yeah, you get up to here, yeah. That'll be fine. Yeah, you don't have, these are just examples of institutions. So if you don't need the examples, then don't get the examples.
only get 2 meals a day.
2 meals a day?
I don't eat till I get home.
Oh, really? So was there?
Oh, wow.
Did I submit attendance? Oh man, I don't remember. Oh, but Angel's absent, so
Easy.
It's about to be 11.
Yeah, we're You.
yes, ma'am. You need more time, huh? How much more time? 10 more minutes? I'll give you 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna check in with you. I'm seeing because I see that you're working. Right there. You see right by the cell phones? Miguel, you finished? Oh, why don't you guys put them in the middle? Put it in the middle. Be generous. About 4 minutes left on the timer. All right, let's see. Are we almost done over here? Almost? Did we finish the definitions with sentences or we got stuck in the sentences? No? Okay. No one completed sentences or except for Diane? Okay. No sentences? Why? What happened? Tell me. What happened? You just finished, but you have been sitting here for a while. What happened? You're too tired? You sleepy? Okay. You have two. No sentences. Tell me why. Two.
I can't figure out.
You can't figure out that you're having a hard time building sentences? You too? Like you're like, too much, too hard? Okay, that's fair. It's gonna be for homework then. Hey, what you don't get done in class becomes homework. Okay? So, especially since we're having a hard time, which means the next activity is essential. Okay, so we're gonna pause right now, class. We're gonna pause on the sentences right now. If you don't have sentences, fine. Which means the activity that's coming up, you're gonna need to pay attention closely. So let me exit this because I made a change. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay. As always, I want you to get used to the idea of like every time we transition to a new activity, I give you directions, you're always gonna do the teach okay, so that you know what's happening. And if you don't know and you're confused, you need to let me know, wait, we're confused about this one thing, okay? So activity number 3, called the 4 eyes of oppression scenario. Sounds like you need them because you're having a hard time putting these sentences together, okay? The learning objective. I can read and connect scenarios to the 4 eyes of oppression. So these 4 terms I gave you are called the 4 eyes of oppression. Does anyone know why they're called the 4 eyes of oppression? They all start with an I. Internalized oppression, institutionalized oppression, interpersonal and ideological oppression, all related to oppression. There are 4 types of ways we experience oppression, okay? So today what you're going to do is you're gonna get up, Ms. Gaspar, me, I'm gonna give you a handout with 10 scenarios. You might not finish today, it might be a start. That scenarios, I'm okay with us continuing tomorrow if we need to. Number 2, with my partner, I will use the 4 eyes of oppression definitions that I have in my notebook. They're in your notebook, the definitions, and you're going to connect. So you're going to read each scenario, okay? Read carefully. You have to read carefully and think critically about these scenarios, okay? Some of them are going to be obvious and you'll be like, oh, that's institutional, okay? Remember, institutional has to do with laws, policies, buildings, like the school, the system, the education system, that's institutional. Police department, that's institution. The people that work there can have interpersonal oppression because they can be violent towards somebody else because of what they look like. But if there is a law or a thing that makes them do something, then that's when it becomes institutional, okay? And remember that each scenario you have to identify, is this institutional, is this interpersonal? This is not a quiet activity. I am not expecting you to be sitting there quietly. And I forgot to resume. Zoom recording, I think I was. Whoops. Okay. So I think I've been recording this whole time. So what I want you to do is you want to talk to your partner. This is not a quiet activity. This is how you think critically together. And it has to be about the topic. So materials you need, the handout title for Eyes of Oppression. Okay. You need a pen, pencil. You're going to need a glue stick because at the end, you're gonna paste that handout into your notebook, okay? You need a stamp for everything you complete today. I'm gonna give you a stamp. When I ask you to provide evidence of learning, you have to submit things that got stamps in class. If there's nothing that's getting stamps, that means you're not completing enough work in class. That's when there are red flags, red alerts. I gotta start calling parents, okay? So remember that. That is how I verify. That is how you make sure you verify. Here's my stamp. I came around to stamp some of you guys' do nows. So far, I'm seeing a lot of people not writing enough, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do the teach okay. Remember, you're teaching the learning objective, the how, and the materials to your partner. Keep going until I say class and I ask you to pause. You're gonna get a minute and 30 seconds each for you to repeat the directions. On 3, 1, 2, 3, teach.
Okay.
Go ahead, Katie. Keep falling asleep. Daniel, you're gonna get me a bunch of points today. You better wake up. I get points for non-engagement.
Next, you already have 2 points.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Them talking.
We weren't even done.
Not right now. Whenever I'm teaching and y'all talking. I know you're supposed to be doing it. Keep going. Keep going. I'm sorry to stop. We gotta get into this like talking. Class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
Class. Class.
Yes, yes.
All right, gotta wake you up, ladies and gentlemen. So what you're gonna do now is Ms. Gaspar is gonna come around and give you the handout. As soon as you get it, you can start talking to your partner. If it's too confusing, let me know. We can also do it together.
This is enough now.
Huh? Okay. I won't get it. Get my- Where is it? You're doing it. All right, much better over here on this corner. You're welcome. Okay, Brandon. Huh? Where are you guys go up and go talk to someone? You got a break? Come back? Why? Because it's so much work. You have to think. Oh, girl. Life is boring.
It is.
Number 2.
Is it the last?
Almost.
Okay, don't forget to remind me, okay? Yeah. Yes. You gotta be on it, Heidi, because I be forgetting.
Okay, discrimination. Oh, you did it twice. But it's 20.
Wait, I thought
Yeah. What's so brutal? The scenario? What's number 5? I forgot. Yep. Sorry, you eat breakfast? This one is a tricky one, but I think, what do you think it is? Interpersonal, why? Yeah, violence against another, yeah. You got it. And I totally forgot to do the pause and reflect. Dang. I'm gonna do it at the end.
I hear you.
Grace, I saw him yesterday when he was on there.
Ah, this guy.
Yeah, me on Snapchat. He's
Almost there's 5.
Yeah.
like,
Bitch, there's 5.
What?
But never mind.
I said the word 10.
I know.
Oh, okay. How we doing?
Pretty good. We got 3 down.
this is 11:25.
but we have to finish it today.
It's 11:20.
We're gonna start, at least do the first front page, okay? And then there is a part, I forgot to do something that I wanna end with, so.
Interpersonal. Interpersonal. Wait. Yeah, many more to be compared.
I thought it was.
We use sauce.
That's what I said first.
Wait, wait. Close.
Tamales. I think that one's yours, right? Where's Tanisha? Oh, there you are. I always lose you. I think I'm used to seeing you somewhere. Here you go, Brianna. Ah, that's a nice long phone. Can you pass this over to Damaris to Leslie? Yeah. Oh, and Leslie Cardenas. And then, Heidi, is this your charger? Which one's yours? Yeah, you can take it.
The fourth one is.
All right, don't let the phones distract you. Keep working. You got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to finish the front page of this handout only. Yes, the front page, 10 scenarios. The only way you get better at this is to identify them.
I think the left one.
That's right, where is he? Well, this one, I knew it's institutional. The reason why is, if you look at this, it says when they did an experiment for high discrimination, found that anti-black racism is unchanged at least 1989. You can see what you think is like this, but it's like it's a system. While white applicants receive an average of 24% health callback. I also think it might be interpersonal. What was interpersonal violence? It could be either institutional or interpersonal, because the people that are hiring, so for example, you go to an interview, a white person gets interviewed, they're more likely to get hired than a black person. The black person will get passed out, they'll say no, and they'll go with the white person. That's messed up, huh? Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. Because they experience violence. Interpersonal is this, if they start believing that negative things they say about you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
We're gonna pause right here. I know we're not done with this handout. We're gonna resume tomorrow, but we're gonna pause and end with the activity that I skipped over previously, which goes on page 17. You're going to divide up your page into 4 sections and draw an image for each key word. Now you've seen the definition, you saw some examples. Now you're going to draw some images related to the 4 words. So I'm going to show you how it should look in your notebook, okay? And that's going to be your exit ticket. What did you take from today's word? So let me move this. Where's my image? Yep, you got to draw. And I want color. When I mean draw, I don't mean like I'm just gonna draw and not come back and make it look nice. Okay, step 1. I said divide up your
your page into 4 sections. You're gonna do 4 sections right here, 4 sections right here. You got plenty of time to do this. And then this is called pause and process.
And what if we don't finish it?
Then you're gonna color at home. That's unfortunate. I thought you did. That was on my list to get some. Okay, and I want you to make sure that each section has the word. So internalize, oppression. What's an image that could go there? Institutional oppression. What's an image that represents institutional? Interpersonal. Oh, what does that mean? Personal oppression. What is interpersonal oppression? And ideological. Think about what's the group that stands out that believes that they're superior than everyone. They believe they're better. In the 19, yeah, but there's a group. What you say? What you say? And it's easy to draw. It's easy to draw. I think. This is not a burrito.
I thought it was Dorito.
This is not a burrito. You guys know about this group?
Oh, the KKS.
Yeah. Okay, so if I'm thinking about ideological, it's that belief that there's a superior group. That this group represents that, right? White power, white superiority. That's what they represent. So that's what I would put here to remind me of what it is.
It's for the Taliban. They think
There's a bunch of people get canceled on the internet. They're like, oh my God, these are for KKK. Cancel them.
Right. Or what's the other one?
Wait, no.
The new one.
The BLM, which is like
Proud Boys.
this, they use like
Whenever you guys are searching through the website, you be careful on things that you come across, okay? Because these groups are sending messages to people about what they should believe. Okay? So that's what I would put right there. And maybe I would go, no, wait, now it looks like Pac-Man.
That's what I'm saying.
You might be trying, girl.
How about the people who are like matter?
Yeah, that too. Institutional, what's something that represents institution? Laws, policies, what can we draw? Huh? Oh, the Constitution, yeah, that's good.
Constitution.
The Constitution. Or you could even do the Bill of Rights. Or just know that it's related to what?
Oh.
See, I'm not a good artist, but you understand what I'm drawing, right?
Miss, does the White House count?
Yes, you could draw the White House.
The
Yes,
Declaration of Independence.
yes. Internalize. Internalize means that you now believe all these messages that they're telling you about what your group is. What do we draw for that?
Brainwash.
If we start believing it, what does that mean? What's something that could show that? Yes, but this is a complicated one.
God.
God.
You said God.
Internalize. The only thing I can think about is just drawing a person and their heart. That's all I can think about right now, because to me, the heart represents the heart of who you are, right? So if you start believing all the negative stereotypes about your people, Mexicans, Latinos, African American, you start acting as such. But you start acting as such, right? They say you're not, you're not gonna amount to anything because you're Mexican. You're gonna drop out. You start believing and acting it out, then that's internalized oppression. Interpersonal. A person, I might just say somebody saying slurs or racial slurs towards another group or another person. Okay, your homework is to color the images. So you better come back with this color. And you better have done the images, because look, I did all four. All four. And the sentences. If you didn't do the sentences, you gotta do the sentences in color. Don't come and ask me. There you go, and then you got color. And you did your sentences, right? Yeah. All right, everybody, have a good one. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna win tomorrow. I think Daniel and Dominic are gonna come.